Good morning. Welcome to Shades of Green on KDWN's radio, 720 AM and 101.5 FM. Our show is produced by the Green Lions of Nevada, and I am your host, Paul Ira. Pretty exciting day today. It's our 100th show. We have one of our favorite guests in the studio, Vanessa Portillo from Garden Farms, and she's brought three brilliant students with her from the Myrtle Tate Elementary School. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Very nice. So we were talking about some of your favorite things about having a school garden. So also for our listeners, if you'd like to call in and ask questions of these wonderful gardening students, 702-257-5396. That's 702-257-KDWN. So tell us, what are your favorite things about gardening and having a school garden?
My favorite thing about gardening is when you learn about your plant more and how it adjusts.
And how it does what? Adjust?
Yeah.
And so you can learn about how much water to put on it, that kind of thing.
Yeah, the sunlight to put on it so it don't die.
Yeah, it needs a lot of sunlight. What's the sunlight do for the plants, do you know?
Yeah, the sunlight does for the plants, it gives it food and it gives it energy to grow.
That's right. That's good stuff. So tell us, Tristan, tell us about some of the things that you've learned. So our listeners want to learn more about gardening. So what are some of the things you've learned that you could pass on to our listeners?
Some things that I've learned about our garden is that if you see a ladybug, don't kill it, because then if you kill it, you'll get a lot more holes in your plants, because there are little bugs in it that the little bugs that the ladybugs eat.
The aphids?
The aphids. Those are the aphids are the ones that chew up all of your plants, and so don't kill the ladybugs because they help your plants a lot.
That's good information. So if you find a ladybug out in the yard, you catch it and take it over and put it on your plants.
Yeah.
See if you can find the aphids.
Yeah.
Now I learned from Vanessa and Brian about aphids. Do you know where aphids come from?
No.
The ants.
No.
What?
The ants herd aphids like cattle, and the ants actually pick the aphids up and take them up and put them on the leaves, and then they herd them like cattle. So they have little corrals full of aphids. So if you put a ladybug up there, that's like cattle rustlers, and they take all the aphids off the leaves. So the cattle rustlers are good. The ladybugs, cattle rustlers, they're little guns and they're little horses. So okay. Tell us some more about things you've learned, like Ariana. What information you have for our listeners?
Okay, so some of the new things that I've learned about a garden is that you should not, whenever you're planting a plant or a crop, you should leave quite a bit of spacing, because if they're really close together, they won't really grow as well as when they have enough space to grow.
So, like, how much space between a plant? 4 inches, 6 inches?
I'd probably say about 4 inches apart.
4 inches?
With 6 inches, you still need them to be a little, together, a little close, so that whenever the bees come, they can pollinate easier.
Oh, that's a good idea. So yeah, if they're crowded together, then they have to fight for nutrients and sunlight and everything else. So
Yeah.
you have to go through, and it's a horrible thing sometimes, but you put all your seeds in there, and then later when they come up, you have to go through and pull some of them out. And even though they're good plants, you have to pull them out so that the rest of the plants can grow. So get your spacing right?
It's kind of like whenever you're growing your molder in.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the dentists have to try and find enough space for it to grow.
Right. So everything has to have room to grow. Jerry Reese, do you have anything you want to add to that?
Yeah.
Something you've learned that you can pass on to our listeners?
Yep. You know like weeds, right?
Right.
Weeds.
Weeds?
Yep, there are 3 ways they can kill your plants.
3 ways?
Yep.
Tell us.
This the first way. They can suck all the water out.
So they dehydrate your plant.
Yep.
And the second way?
They can suffocation it.
They can suffocate it?
Yeah.
By just being too close?
No, squeezing the roots.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And plus, they can block the sunlight.
So they get up above the plant and block the sunlight and shade
Yep.
them. That's good information. So we want to get the weeds out. Should we spray a bunch of chemicals out there for the weeds, or how should we get rid of the weeds?
Pull them out.
Pull them. No chemicals, right?
No, it can also hurt other plants too.
That's right. So we don't put chemicals on our gardens, do we?
No.
Or pesticides.
What's pesticide?
Pesticides just kills the pests, the bugs.
Oh.
So no pesticides, because what do pesticides do? Kills bees. And we don't want to kill the bees, because what do the bees do?
They help
Help the
pollinate.
plant. Yeah.
That's right. So we got to have the bees. The bees are our friends. So we do everything we can to protect the bees. So we like to introduce the bees to the ladybugs, because they're friends in our gardens.
Oh yeah, and plus the butterflies.
And the butterflies. Well, some butterflies lay eggs that eat your plants. So the white butterflies, we get rid of them by planting marigolds. And marigold flowers, white butterflies don't like the marigolds, so they won't come around your plants if you got marigolds growing. Did you know that?
No.
No,
So I got to teach you something this morning. Okay, so what are some of the things you've learned from Garden Farms and Farmer Ryan? Anybody?
Oh.
Go ahead.
So one thing that I've learned from Farmer Ryan is that whenever you're planting a crop or a plant, you have to keep an eye on how much water you use and how much sunlight it gets, because too much sunlight or too much little or too much water can possibly kill the plant.
Yeah, this desert sun's harsh on the plants, isn't it? So it's
Yes, sir.
nice to have your garden situated so it gets some shade during the day, because especially in the middle of the summer, it's so hot out there.
One thing that I've learned from the farmers that come to our school is that when you're like digging, or when you're planting, you don't just drop the seeds on and then you just put water on it. You gotta dig a hole about as long as your pointer finger, and then you drop them. Then you gotta put all the dirt back in. So when you put the water in it, it'll get through it, and then it'll make it cool.
Right, and you don't want to pack it down too much,
Yeah.
do you? You want to keep it a loose, loomy soil. And if you're really good at this, you actually look at the seed and you put it right side up. So you put the part of the seed that connected to the plant, you put that down, because that's where the roots are going to come from, and then the sprout's going to come out of the top of the seed. Do you guys do that?
No.
And some seeds. Now some seeds are so little you can't tell. But like, I planted corn this weekend, and so I put the corn seeds right side up so that the rooted side will go down, and then the flower side comes up, so it doesn't have to grow upside down and then turn around in the plant. And I did it the same way. I poked my finger in the ground and then dropped the seeds in there and then covered it up. So good stuff. Vanessa, can you tell us about the art installment at Myrtle Tate Elementary School that happened last October?
Yeah, so we worked with Marcella, a local artist in town, and she came and helped us do a beautiful mural art piece. You guys know about that. It's amazing. We actually did two, and we did in the style of color by number. So we painted all the outside edges first. We put in the numbers, and so the kids actually got to participate in painting their own mural. So that was really awesome. We did two, one Heart Healthy painting where it had a heart and all these veggies with smiling faces and everything. And then we did a native pollinator mural with bats and hummingbirds and cacti, and it was amazing. So thank you to Marcella. Marcella Fine Arts is her website online. Yeah. So that
Do you have pictures of that on your website?
we do.
And what's your website?
Gardenfarms.net is our website, and you can find us on social media, Garden Farms Foundation, Facebook and Instagram as well.
And we're going to talk more about Garden Farms when we come back, and how people can volunteer and help you or donate money or that kind of thing. So we'll be right back to Shades of Green on KDWN.